Wow, that's amazing what a little soap and water and some triple aught steel wool will do. Check that thing out. Well, I'm answering my question now. There won't be no painting it. I think it's too good. Now I got a buddy that, I do a little bit of PDR, but not much, but I've got a buddy that does some PDR work. And I'm gonna see about PDR in this. And I don't even mind the little scratches, cause heck, like I said, I put that one on there. And the gas tank and stuff, so I think the fact that it lived, I just need a 70 side plate. I don't think I'm gonna do anything but just put the stuff on it that needs to be on it. Probably will take the exhaust off and paint the exhaust just to preserve it, because it's pretty rusty along the bottom and stuff. But other than that, I just really don't think, I think I'm going to leave it just like it is. So my 1972 XL70. Remember this stand? This is stand up pretty 289 that was thumping on here the other day on it. And now we got the motorcycle up on there where old man ain't got to bend over and hurt his back. So now just got to get all this took apart and we'll see what we got and get this thing to run. I can't wait.
I posted another couple of short clips on it, and I guess I was corrected. It's not an XL, it's an SL. So I'd forgot, it had been a while.
All right, got the intake off of it, which is this, no big deal. 410 millimeters. Took it off there. It don't look like I messed the gasket up. The gasket looks good on the block, or the head. That's got an O-ring on it. The hard as a rock, of course, there. I just hope that I can get that out of that rubber intake. I guess, no, breather there. And then take this pig apart and see what we got. I get this carburetor cleaned out. Sure to goodness my son can start a van with a gas can. I can start this motorcycle with one. So we'll be finding out here in a minute. If it don't break none of this old brittle rubber stuff. It's not actually too brittle actually now. I said that and then it flexed loose there. I guess it was just stuck to the carburetor. And I guarantee you whoever come out these little clamps, they ain't working on these things. It's the most aggravating clamp ever. Boom, got that off there. Right now, if I can get this right here off. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Ah, goodness. Alright, I'll let you know when I get that off. Well, I said earlier up there with the throttle cable that the throttle cable might be stuck. It's actually not, maybe not the throttle cable. The little slide in there, that little barrel that slides up and down in there, that thing's stuck in there. So we're going to spray us a little PB blaster or something in that thing and let it soak a little bit. And then maybe we can get the carburetor off that thing. But maybe it's not the cable at all. That would be fantastic. So I'm thinking to get the seat off where I can get the gas tank off. Is this right here is how that works. Well, no. Maybe, I can't tell if that's yeah, I think that's how you do it. Loosen that up. That off. Looks like I'm coming off there a little bit. Maybe not. Huh. I'll pull this one here all the way off, this shock off, and see what we got there. Looks like I need to take that off anyway and put another bushing, rubber bushing in that thing. It's like the old bushkin is wore out there. No, it looks like it looks like that comes off that way. Yeah, it looks like that. No. Oh, it slides back. You loosen it up, and that's looks like that thing slides back. Huh. That's kind of nifty, I guess. If I can figure out how to get it to slide back now. I think it actually just slides back. Okay, so it did just slide back. It's got a little groove in it. I just took and hit it with my hand and knocked it back, and it's got that little groove in it right there. So there's a little seat off of there. I sure do wish I wasn't afraid to undo that thing, because I sure would like to know why it's got those little pieces right there in it, but that'll be for a later date. So we got that off. Now it's got to figure out how to get the gas tank off. And it looks like it just comes off up here and slips out of that, just like maybe like the seat did. Oh wow, look, this big old killer battery in here. Lord of mercy, where am I going to find a battery after that thing? So, here we go. Don't you look, this big old massive battery. I hope I can get that out without that hurting my back. Look at that thing. That's crazy. That's a teeny tiny little battery. So, but hey, it ain't all rotted out or anything in there. So far, every time I take something off, I'm just very happy with how it's looking. So, now we get the gas tank off. The little slide deal that goes off down there, man, it is stuck big time. So while I'm letting that soak, just because I can, I'm gonna pop the bottom bowl off and see what kind of surprises we get in it. Kind of, hopefully, to not mess up the gasket. So we'll see. I can see this thing going in my handy little parts cleaner. I'd say that's stopped up and nasty. Yeah. Yuck. That's nasty. In the washer we go. Sure, I'm glad I got that thing now. Well, the good thing is my actual cable is not messed up. The carburetor's just froze up, so that means I shouldn't have to put a cable on it. It doesn't look like actually any of my cables are bad, cracked, or anything like that. So that's fantastic. So that'd be great. Just gonna let that right there soak. I'll put this other thing in here in the ultrasonic cleaner and at least get that part right there going until that soaks a little while longer. All right, we're getting there with the old ultrasonic cleaner and some Lysol. So this thing was terrible earlier. Now, it's got it loose. I've actually got the float loose. The float's loose. I've not even tried to move anything. I've just simply put it in the cleaner and let the cleaner do all the work. And that way we don't have to worry about messing anything up. Well, if it's possible to mess it up, I don't know if I can save this thing or not. I'm hoping I can, honestly. So this, that actually cleaned up pretty good. I was pretty surprised about that. So I'm going to do a little scrubbing on it now and stick it back in there and run it through a couple more times. Hey, back out here with my little Honda. While I'm letting that thing clean over there in the ultrasonic cleaner, the carburetor, I'm going to start taking some of these small pieces off to where I can put them in there and get them cleaned up. Like I said earlier, no way I'm going to be doing any painting on this thing. I'm just going to clean everything up, preserve it, because I mean it's only going to be like this one time. So I think this right here will actually fit in my cleaner. The little battery box will fit in there. I don't know if this will or not, but I'm going to take all the little stuff like that off that I can clean and put it in the cleaner, and that'll be the easiest way to clean it, and also get it to, you know, as clean as possible without doing a bunch of rubbing and stuff on it. So here we go.
So far, this thing's been super easy to work on. So far, I've only used a 10 millimeter. I think I ended up using a 15 on this one side cover you'll see coming up here, but really, really easy to work on. And so far, the only thing I've found on this thing, believe it or not, that's actually bad, and it really wasn't bad, is that barrel thing froze up on that carburetor. Now, that did take a while to get it loose. Hey, as you'll see here in a minute, I couldn't believe how well this battery box was. It wasn't even rusted up or anything. All this stuff's been in really good shape. Again, appreciate you guys watching. If you wouldn't care, please subscribe and like and leave us a comment on here. We're trying to get this thing going. Well, good grief. I don't know how come my video went from regular speed all the way started to go into slow motion. As you'll see me just barely moving there. Missed half the stuff that I videoed. I don't know what's happening with this thing. Sorry guys, I'll get it figured out.
Check this out. Still steaming. I changed the fluid and stuff in that thing. Blame carburetor. Looks brand new. Cleaned every bit of that off of that thing. Every bit of that off. So I got me a little table set up here where I can get the jets and stuff cleaned out. Look at that. Heck yeah. Look how nice that thing turned out. That little cleaner up there is worth its weight in gold. If you don't have one, you got any kind of little projects and stuff, man, you need one. Watch this. We're going to stress test it right here. No, actually, I'm not going to put that in there because that's what got my other stuff so dirty, was putting stuff that I should clean a little bit first. So we're going to put this down in there, which is the battery hold down. I believe it'll go under there. So we'll see what it looks like here in just a minute. Get you one of them. All right, so I'm going to start taking the jets out one at a time. Just a straight screwdriver. When you take those things out, there'll be little bitty holes in it, and then that's where I'm going to use this right here in it, which is actually a torch cleaner, tip cleaner, but and roll that thing out, and you know that thing made this work.
Man, those jets were really, really clogged up, especially the smaller one. I would think that's probably the idle one that does the idling and stuff on. It was super clogged up. It took me forever, and I actually bit my tool there, but I did finally get it.
All right, so that there's pretty simple. Just take those two jets. This one here I've still got clogged up a little bit, but my gauge is too big, so I believe that's part of it. This right here, you take this little screw out on the end. It's got the rubber washer on it that seals it off. It spreads it out, clean that thing there out, no problem on that. Then you take this little screw out of the side here, and that'll take that pin out to where you can get the float out, and you can get this little, I don't know what you call that thing, and that way we can clean all that right there and put that back in there. And honestly, I think it'd be ready to put back on there and put some gas to it. If I can get this one jet right here, this tiny one here, cleaned out. I don't see anything else that stopped up here. Just needs to be cleaned. So we'll see. Okay, so I got it out. Here's your little float that goes up and down. This right here is a little pin, and I'm sorry I don't know what the name of all this stuff is. And then that right there, this right here, it just pushes in and shuts the fuel off or raises it back out to where the fuel will come in through here. And that's the only thing that shuts off. Off, on, off, on. Pretty simple. And then it's got the little screw at the long end on it. It goes through there that holds it in there. A little bit of aggravation, but not any big deal. So that means now the whole carburetor cleaned right up. I'm sure the gaskets will probably leak, but they're still on there. If I can get that one right there off, we'll try to crank it. Okay, so once again, I'm a terrible, what do you call it, videographer or whatever. But anyways, I thought I had it on, I didn't. I got a new plug the other day, and check this out. You see that? So that means we got spark. I should have gas. The little plunger that goes down, in here that puts your throttle, it was pretty gummed up. I forgot to clean it. So I've got it in my favorite new tool over here, cleaning with the box and everything. And so, hey, cross your fingers for me here in a minute. I'm going to put this pig together and figure out me some way to put some gas in it. And I'm going to try to crank it. Oh, yeah, baby. All right, we got spark. Hopefully we're going to have fuel here in a minute, and we need one other thing to make it run, and that is compression. And I think we got it. I squirted a little PB blaster off down in them cylinders there to lubricate that a little bit. So come on, little ultrasonic cleaner, let's get her clean.
Again, I apologize on the video. I don't know what in the world I've done here. I got the thing upside backwards. It's eye-goggling is what I call it. But hey, you can still see what's going on. Hey, like my little gas tank right there. Please don't try this at home. I'm a doofus. But that's all I had.
Make sure my thing's done in the bottom. Get it on. Wow. Wow. I got it to run. Oh my gosh, did you see that? I got it to run. Huh. Well, I wonder what happened. Oh, I ran out of gas. Alright. Let's turn it back off here. Uh-oh. Well, it ran. I just gotta figure out how come it quit.
All that cranking just reminded me. If you remember, I said I was 7 years old when I got this motorcycle. I had to leave the kickstand down, and I had to jump up in the air and crank that bad boy with all that I had in me. I just thought that was funny when I watching myself crank that thing.
So it's not getting any gas. Probably not got any gas in the bowl much yet. Help it a little bit more. But it runs. But it runs. So we're not getting any gas, evidently. But it does run, baby! I gotta figure out how come it's not getting any gas. Alright, I think I figured out what it is. I had air in my line. Let's see. Let's see if that's what it was. Yeah, baby!
It's like I'm 7 years old again.
Check it out. I'll have to talk to old Cuz to see how long it's been since this bad boy's run, but look at this. Running. Dang. That's so cool. Gotta get the gas tank cleaned out now. And also, I got a little bit of a leak around that bowl. I have to see if we can get some kind of gasket or something to go around the bowl. So listen how good that thing sounds. I'll have to talk to Rod and see how long it's been since he started it, but there you go.
This is the text I got back from my cousin. So he says about 37 years. That's awesome.
My little 1972, come to find out, SL70. That was my first motorcycle. There it's sitting there running. I got it running today. Look at that. Didn't take nothing.
And believe it or not, didn't have to buy a part for it. All I done was cleaned everything.
I'll give you one guess what I'm fixing to do when my wife gets home, if this clutch works. Yeah, you got it. I'm riding this pig. I guess piglet.
After watching this, I might should have took it off that stand before I seen if the clutch worked.
All right, I couldn't wait till my wife gets home. I'm gonna ride this thing for the first time since 1979. Yo.
That's a 59-year-old kid riding off right there. I couldn't believe this thing run this good after all those years of setting. I've been trying to get this thing back from my cousin Rod for probably, I don't know, 15 or 20 years. And finally he was gracious enough to let me have it. And he knows it'll stay in the family, just like it has been since 1972.
How about that? Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Hey, I made it back, didn't crash. All them wobbly tires and stuff on it. Ain't like my redneck gas tank. It works, don't laugh. So, there you go. So, pretty cool, get to buy back my first motorcycle. Have it back here 2 weeks. I got the thing to run. That was the main thing I wanted to do. So now I kind of wait till I get my building done over here. Got to get a gas tank and stuff cleaned out and all that stuff straightened up on it and do a lot of cleaning on it. And that's all I'm going to do to it. So thanks again for watching our channel. Appreciate you. If you made it this far, I thank you. Subscribe, like, and leave me a comment on it. We want to hear from you. Thank you. Oh yeah, I couldn't wait for the wife to get home. I took it down the road. Needs the soot blowed out of it. I'm gonna have to get me a chain. The sprocket and the chain's a goner, but hey, you seen it run. So I'll show you what my detail job's gonna look like. Again, unbelievably grateful.